Ages have passed since Ethereum's fall, and the multiverse, once again saved, has blossomed into an era of unprecedented peace. The myriad of universes thrive, teeming with life and new stories. But deep within the core of all existence, the source flame, the very engine of creation, begins to flicker. Its once blinding light dims, casting a subtle, chilling stillness across the fabric of reality. A quiet unease spreads, a silence that feels heavier than any sound. Whis, no longer bound by his angelic duties, now wanders the cosmos as a silent observer. He's seen empires rise and fall, stars be born and die. Yet something new and terrifyingly ancient catches his attention. From the very foundations of the multiverse, below even the source flame, he hears a whisper. It's not a sound but a feeling, a call from a power older than light, older than time itself, a presence stirring from an eternal slumber in the void. Goku's essence, having merged with the source flame after his ultimate sacrifice, exists as a guardian of creation. He is the light, the energy, the will to live that permeates all things. But even from his place in eternity, he senses it, a gaze from the abyss, a consciousness that watches, not with malice, but with a cold, absolute purpose. This being existed before the gods, before the concept of creation was ever conceived. And then, from that nothingness, it emerges. Erebos, the first destroyer. Not a destroyer like Beerus, who brings about an end to make way for a new beginning. The collapse is not loud or violent. It is silent, horrifyingly silent. Entire universes simply vanish. They aren't destroyed in a flash of light. They are erased from the tapestry of existence, plucked from both space and memory. Even the gods, the celestial keepers of history, forget what was just lost. It is as if these vibrant worlds never were. The multiverse begins to shrink, not with a bang, but with a slow, creeping fade to black. As the final lights of the cosmos begin to wane, a single defiant spark ignites within the fading expanse. A flicker of the eternal instinct, the indomitable will of a warrior race, refuses to be extinguished. From the dying embers of the source flame, a figure reforms, pulled back from oblivion by the very energy of uncreation itself. Vegeta, the prince of all Saiyans, is reborn, his purpose clear, his eyes burning with familiar fire. He can feel Kakarot's essence scattered within the weakening flame. Channeling every ounce of his newly reformed being, every bit of his pride and power, Vegeta roars into the heart of the source. His voice, a beacon of defiance in the encroaching darkness, echoes across eternity. "It's not over yet, Kakarot! Get up! We're not done!" His voice, a beacon of defiance in the encroaching darkness, echoes across eternity. His voice, a beacon of defiance in the encroaching darkness, echoes across eternity. Heeding the call of his eternal rival, Goku's consciousness is pulled from the serene embrace of the flame. He materializes once more, his golden instinct rain form flickering weakly, a pale imitation of its former glory. The light of the source flame is dying, and with it, his power. Before them, the darkness of Erebos grows, a tidal wave of nothingness ready to consume what little remains. Erebos unleashes its power, not as an attack, but as an expansion of its very being. Waves of anti-energy, a storm of uncreation, wash over reality. It doesn't break things, it dissolves them. This isn't ki. It's something beyond the comprehension of mortals and gods alike. The Saiyans can't sense it, can't fight it. How do you punch a concept? How do you blast an absence? Just as despair begins to set in, Whis appears at their side, his usually calm demeanor replaced by a grave urgency. He reveals a prophecy from the dawn of time, a secret known only to the oldest of angels. "The first flame and the first void were born as one," he explains. "Creation and uncreation are two sides of the same coin. To defeat Erebos, you must not simply destroy it. You must become its equal, wielding the power of both existence and non-existence." The realization dawns on them. Alone, they are nothing. Their power, their very existence is being nullified. But together, maybe they can be everything. They attempt one final desperate fusion. They reach deeper, merging their very essences. Goku, the embodiment of creation and life, and Vegeta, now touched by the energy of the void. The fusion is a paradox. Light and shadow radiate from the resulting being. Gogeta is born anew, but this is a form never seen before, a being balanced on the knife's edge between all and nothing. This is Gogeta in his oblivion form, a warrior who is both the flame and the void. Erebos, for the first time, shows a flicker of something akin to interest. A voice that is the sound of crushing silence echoes, "You seek to destroy what existed before the concept of destruction was even born. You are amusing." The ensuing battle is not one of physical blows, but of warring concepts. The clash between existence and anti-existence shakes the very core of the source flame, threatening to shatter the last bastion of reality. The end accelerates. Timelines, entire histories, fold in on themselves, collapsing into black voids of absolute nothingness. The pantheons of gods fade like smoke, their divine energies erased. Whis and the last of the angels give a final knowing look before they too vanish, their forms dissolving into the storm. Soon only one thing remains in the vast, empty canvas of the end. Gogeta, standing as the final barrier between all that ever was and the absolute nothing that now is. Within the collapsing source flame, deep inside Gogeta's core, the one thing that Erebos cannot erase stirs. It's not a divine power. It's Goku's mortal spirit, the simple, unwavering will to protect, the stubborn instinct to rise against impossible odds. That spark of humanity, of a simple man who loved his friends and family, ignites a flicker of pure creation within the heart of the void itself. And from that same core, another voice speaks, not with hope, but with unyielding pride. It is Vegeta. No more tricks, no more divine power. Let's end this our way, the Saiyan way, together. His will to surpass, to never give in, fuels the spark Goku ignited, turning it into a roaring fire. His will to surpass, to never give in, fuels the spark Goku ignited, turning it into a roaring fire. In that final moment, Gogeta unleashes a power that is neither creation nor destruction, but both. The Omega Instinct. It doesn't just fight reality. It rewrites it with every blow. It is the ultimate expression of control over what is, what isn't, and what can be. Channeling this impossible power, Gogeta drives his fist forward in the Oblivion Strike. The strike connects with Erebos, not to destroy it, but to merge with it. Existence and non-existence, light and shadow, creation and the void, all are forced together, collapsing into a single point of infinite potential. The void implodes, and in a cataclysmic silent explosion, the source flame is violently reignited, brighter and purer than ever before. From that single point, the multiverse is reborn. It reforms not as it was, but new, fresh, and free. Free from the old hierarchies of gods and angels, free from the shadow of the void. In this new creation, Goku and Vegeta's essences are not present. They have scattered, their energies becoming the bedrock of this new reality, their story sealed into the eternal legend of the cosmos. Ages later, in a burgeoning galaxy within the new Universe 15, a young, aspiring warrior with a fiery spirit looks up at the night sky. In his dreams, he sees two glowing golden figures sparring among the stars, their laughter echoing in his soul. The legend was not an end, but a beginning. The Saiyan code, the will to rise, to protect, to surpass all limits, lives on. Thank you so much for watching this epic conclusion to the Golden Instinct saga. It's been an incredible journey, and your support means the world. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss what comes next. Until next time, keep pushing your limits.